Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are going to kick off this drop talk this evening, and I just want to welcome everybody that's here that has maybe been invited by somebody. We're glad you're here. We're going to try to answer as many questions as possible and tell you a little bit more about the drops, give you a real brief overview, obviously, because we respect your time tonight. So we're going to go through that pretty quickly. We've also got a couple people who are going to share their testimonies about the drops and what they have done for them personally. And then we're going to also give you an opportunity at the end to kind of know how to purchase drops if you haven't already done so. Obviously, any questions can be directed to whoever invited you tonight, but we're going to try and go over a lot of information. So again, welcome, and we're glad you're here. So I'm going to have Amy start sharing the screen so that we can see what you can kind of follow along with me as we go through this. So give me just a moment. I'll let you back up just a little bit, Amy, to the first one. And while she's doing that, if you have been invited by somebody, maybe you can even drop that in the chat as to who invited you to this Zoom tonight, so we kind of have a better idea of your face to who you know as far as some of us as hosts. We're just glad you're here. Okay, so welcome to Partner Co. The company itself, that is the Drop company, is called Partner Co. And it is because we are partners with a lot of different brands and products, and we all work together. A lot of you have probably maybe heard about the drops, not really sure what's going on with that, or even thought, well, what is this? Is that one of those pyramid schemes or multi-level marketing or whatever? But really what we like to try and call it is partnership marketing, because I am not trying to compete with Diana or Amy or Mimi. I am trying to get the drops in the hands of the people that I know and that contact me, because I want my friends and family to feel better and get well. And so we are all on the same team doing the same thing, not in competition. So we are in partnership with that. Go ahead and go to the next one, if you will. Trying, there we go. All right, so some of these symptoms of hormone imbalance are what you see here. And as I read these, just think about it. I'm sure most of you or many of you have experienced some, if not all, of these symptoms. Or you can, you have 10 fingers, right? You can probably count at least that many people that you can name that has one or more of these symptoms. And that can be anything from mood swings to low libido, headaches, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, all of those, right? For me, night sweats were a big thing. I was fatigued and tired quite a bit, and I struggled with a lot of that. And so as I was looking for a product or for something that would help me with a lot of these symptoms, I found somebody that was posting about the drops, and I thought, yeah, this is a scam, right? This is one of those, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to do my research. And so I inquired a little bit, got a little information, and then I did what most people do, or some people do, and I researched the heck out of them. So all the ingredients, what do they do? What do they mean? How does it work? And I was still skeptical. And I don't know about you, but I'm like number one skeptic here, and I will admit it, I was. And I thought this is not going to work. But when I looked at all my symptoms, I hadn't really where else to turn. I wasn't going to go to a regular doctor and try and get more medicine and that kind of thing. I was against it. And so I thought, well, what do I have to lose? So I tried it, and here I am almost a year later. Well, I almost said a month, almost a year later. And my headaches that I had chronically went away. My night sweats went away, and I am down almost 40 pounds and keeping it off. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. So many other things. And I can tell you, I'm trying not to talk too fast, but it's because I have energy and it's excitement for the products. So all of these things, again, are symptoms of hormone imbalance. So what do the drops do? They help balance your hormones. And so We have a lot of different products, but the drops are what we're going to talk about mostly here. So as you can see, the company itself has over 100 products. And again, I'm not going to get into the weeds with all of them, but let's just say down the road, you're looking for something specific and the drops aren't necessarily what you're looking for. Maybe the drops have helped you, but you're looking for something that's more along the nutritional side or performance or even energy drinks. We have some of the cleanest energy drinks you're going to find. And so if any of those appeal to you or you want more questions or have more questions about them, just get back to the person that invited you. So you are not going to find any of our products in your regular stores. You're not going to go to your grocery store and find them. Now, I will tell you, I just want to let y'all know that there have been products that are disguised or that look very similar to or could possibly be the products that we sell on Amazon or even Walmart. And those people are selling them illegally and there's no regulation over them. So that means they could be our products, but they might not be. They could be diluted. They could be actually products that are sold in other countries because some of the products that we have here are just slightly different in a different country based on those country regulations. So there is no regulation if you buy them from one of those companies, unless you're buying them from a partner like one of us or directly from the Partner Co. Website. So just a heads up on that. All right, go ahead and go to the next screen, if you will. So we have quite a few different examples here of people that you know, that you might see right in front of you on the screen. Diana is one of those. And you can just kind of I'm not going to go through everything, but obviously you can see that what she did have then from diabetes to fatty liver and adult acne to now all of those are going away or have gone away. So Diana's just a classic example of what the drops can do for you. Go ahead and go to the next one. Kathy is also in Partner Co. Now, everybody that you see is going to be in Partner Co. They're on the drops. They're involved. These are not just your Google images that we're pulling off, right? These are not people that we don't know. These are real legit people that are using the drops. So she started over a year ago. She's a mom of 8. And now she looks amazing. And I know she feels amazing too. Next. Michael. So a lot of people think that only women have hormones, but men do too. And they can show it in different ways, but they also struggle with the same issues that we have sometimes as women with not being able to take the weight off when they want to. They also have high blood sugar, diabetes, that type of thing. So you can see Michael's down 45 pounds in less than 5 months. And he also mentioned that he doesn't have the depression that he used to have. So that's a big deal. When you start feeling better physically, you also start feeling better emotionally. Mimi, she's on this call tonight, and you can see Mimi, are you at 60 pounds or have you lost more since then?
No, about the same.
Okay. So
I
while
found
we're
my
on your
sweet spot.
okay, good. Well, while we're on your slide, why don't you kind of give us your testimony and explain just a little bit more of what they've done for you?
It was great to have the drops from Diana. And of course, I didn't think they would work, but I really wanted to try something. And I was surprised how well they work. It's not only the weight, it's a lot of other things. I used to have blood pressure medicines also. So those are no longer there. My thyroid meds have stopped. I'm sleeping better in spite of having sleep apnea, and I'm on the CPAP. I used to wake up in the middle of the night. So those things have stopped. I used to have acne too, and that has reduced a whole lot. I just have maybe one here and there, but it has literally gone. My hair loss, oh my God. My husband used to say, okay, you need to take a shower after me, not before me, because I don't want to clean up your hair. So that has lessened a lot. So my hair loss has, I would say 95% improved. Mm, that's about it. Inflammation, of course. And I have had issues with joint pain in my left knee, especially because I had fallen down when my son was 2 years old. He's 16 now. So it's been a long, long decade of more than a decade of um, pain in the knee, in the left knee. So that has really decreased, almost gone. I don't even feel it now. So that's about it. The best part are my medicines, especially the thyroid meds, which have stopped. So I'm really, really happy.
Absolutely. I'm happy for you. And I know that your story is not uncommon. I know personally several people who's the same way, their thyroid medicine, they've been able to either decrease or completely get off of, including, a lot of different other medications. And, some are not medication related, but, like you said, the inflammation is huge. When you can reduce that, it just affects your body all over. So
True.
thanks for sharing with us, Mimi.
Sure.
If you want to go ahead and go on to the next one for me, Amy. That's Amy. And you can see, as we talked about inflammation, just in her face alone, that's where I think most people see the difference, especially when you do the before and after, is in your face, because all of a sudden the puffiness goes away and you start seeing more definition in the face. So um, Amy was in full-blown menopause, and she also had, if you see that, look at this number, that A1C number of 11, and now she's down to 5.2. So that's just like huge. And she's also down 25 pounds or more, maybe by now. I don't even know. You're saying, yeah. So that's pretty amazing. Whoop, where did we go? Oh, wait, I saw me. There's me. So same thing, not just my face, but my entire body. We can just keep going because I've already talked about me. So the drops are shown to help you lose weight twice as fast as just with the diet alone. I call them liquid discipline just because the benefits of the drops not only are health related, but they also help curb your appetite. They regulate your digestion. And if you are not feeling like eating as much, or you're not craving the sweets and that kind of thing, that you're going to eat better foods. Your body wants those foods. And so then it just eats, or it eats. It is easier to eat the correct foods because that's what your body needs. So they are also specifically designed to help, as we mentioned, with insulin levels and insulin sensitivity, helping the blood sugars stabilize, that type of thing. It also helps with a couple other major hormones, including your ghrelin hormone, which is your hormone, or your appetite hormone, and then also your cortisol, which is stress induced. So when you have high stress, your cortisol goes up. I am having a hard time speaking. But anyway, so that it's designed to help all of that. But really, if you look at the drops, they are clinically proven, and we have several doctors and people on our scientific board to look at the drops, make sure that they're not only natural, they're hormone free, but they are just quality ingredients that aren't going to cause more issues for you, and they'll help support your body. So they are all natural and safe. Next slide, please. All right, so we do have an approved food list. So when you pair the drops with the food list, it's going to help, as I mentioned, help with weight loss. And really, you're going to get double the weight loss because you're not only eating well, but the drops are going with it and helping support it. Now, this food list is not designed by Partner Co. This is a low glycemic list. So if you go to the doctor and you're diagnosed with diabetes, then they're going to probably put you on this type of food list because this is going to help stabilize your blood sugars. But we don't want you to starve. We don't want you counting calories, that type of thing. Like, that's going to be your traditional approach to, what most people have learned is to eat very, very small amounts, starve yourself, keep track of every calorie, and you'll lose weight. Well, of course you will, because your body is starving, so it falls off. But then if you actually eat real food, then you end up gaining all your weight back plus some, because your body's now trying to store it and hang on to it because it doesn't know when its next meal is coming. So we want you to get a minimum of 1,200 calories. That's a minimum, if not more, every day. So if you're eating off the food list, you don't really even have to count calories because your body's going to know when it's full. So I want real quick while I'm on this page, if you have used the drops and you've lost any weight, put in the chat how much you've lost. Just I'm curious to know everybody because I know a few of you, but I don't know everyone. So just type in the chat and that way I can look back here in a little bit. I would love to know how much you guys have lost. All right, if you want to go to the next slide, I believe. Okay, well, go back one. Sorry, Amy, back to the food list because I want to hear from Rachel, not Rachel Parko, the other Rachel. And she's going to share just a little bit about her testimony and what she's seen or experienced on the drops as well.
Yeah. So, I am actually at about my 1 month of being on the drops. Fairly new to it. Within the first couple weeks, like I did start losing some weight, but what I noticed the most was that I had like 12 years of chronic joint pain and inflammation that just all of a sudden was like almost completely gone. And I had a lot of issues with sciatica and I was getting massaged a lot. And so that was huge for me to just realize like all of a sudden that pain was disappearing. On top of it, like any cravings for fast food and sugar or anything like that was gone, which was crazy too, because that was a huge problem for me. And again, it was just like, where did it go? I don't know. Like, I feel great. The energy just like went through the roof. Um, I I've been walking most days with my daughter, and we even jogged for a little bit the other night. Not for very long, but when I tell you that I thought that I was never going to run again, that was huge because my hips and my knees and my ankles have been so bad for so long. I just never expected to be able to run again. And now we're making plans of going running this summer. Like those are the things that are just in such a short amount of time. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then I would say within the last week, something else that I realized is like for a long time, I thought I had IBS. And now, like, even my digestion, everything has normalized. Like, I feel like more of myself, if that makes sense, that I never knew I could feel this good. I just kind of thought the way I was before was the way it was going to be for the rest of my life, and it was just like all downhill from there. And then some other things I'm noticing is like even my skin feels younger and more smooth. And my hair isn't falling out as much as it used to. So, I mean, there's just so many things that like the longer I'm on the drops, the more I'm just like, this is incredible. And none of this even has to do with the weight loss, which the weight loss is great, but just like feeling good. And noticing all of these little things has been almost more impactful for me. So.
That's awesome. And I'm glad that you said that because it's it's one of those things that so many people focus on the weight loss. And of course, in the beginning, we tell everybody like, make sure you take your photos, make sure you weigh yourself, write those things down. But then the non-scale victories are huge. And all the things that you're saying, like I'm just picturing you going from this person to somebody completely new, like a whole brand new Rachel. And that's so cool because you feel different, you feel better. You're like all of a sudden you have your life back for real. You're gonna run and do the things that you didn't know that you would ever get to do again. So thank you for sharing that because it's an important reminder that not only are the drops great for weight loss, but all of these other things that you may not see the scale reflect those things, take note of it, write it down, keep track of the things that are issues now for you. And then down the road, whether it's a month or 90 days or a year from now, the things that have improved. So thank you for sharing, Rachel. All right, so I'm going to go to the next screen and let Mimi take over, and she's going to share a little bit about how you get the drops and some of the options we have.
Okay, so there are a couple of options. The first one would be to become a customer and buy the drops at retail price. So the one pack of drops would cost you $176. a 4-pack, $531, and a 10-pack, $1257. So this is off of the website if you would want to do that option. Next slide, please. The second option would be to become a customer and buy at a bulk order price from whoever invited you. Like I'm a brand partner, everyone here is a brand partner, and we do bulk orders. So then if you buy from them, then your price drops from 176 to 160. So that's quite a good deal. Let's look at the next option. And the third option would be to become a wholesale member and access all the products that's there, a partner co, at 30% discount. And to become a member, it's just a one-time fee of $29.95. So, which is just a one-time fee. And it is not like Costco and Sam's that you have to keep paying every year annually. It's just a one-time fee. So with that, if you buy the drops after getting membership, your price goes down from 176 to 123. And there are many, many, many products. As we talked about earlier, it's not only the drops on the website. And let's look at the next slide. And then if you would like to start a business after getting the membership, like some of us have, you could activate your business with a 4-pack, which would drop the price down to much lower per box. And then you could quickly make some money over there. So the business is usually done with our phone and social media marketing. It's a turnkey system, so everything is laid out for you basically, and you don't have to think much. The wheel has been invented. So we have this boards app where everything is laid out for you. So you just have to follow step by step and do it. And it can be accessed from anywhere in the world if you have a phone and an internet connection. So that's cool. Let's look at the next slide. Yeah, we follow the system of growth, like I was mentioning, the boards. You'll get all the details if you would like to join the business. So there are certain goals. You could do a 7-day launch, and as we have already done it and we've gone through it, we are there to help you in every step of the way so that you can achieve the highest paid volume at 30% commission, which is golden ultimate. And it's a lot of details, confusing. I don't want to talk about too much right now, but yeah, you sell the box at bulk price, and then you could have your client convert to brand partner, which is the membership that I was talking about, with the second box onwards. And it's great business. The sky is the limit, truly. That's about it, I think. Is there any more slide? There you go. Does anyone have any questions?
Feel free to unmute and ask questions if anybody has them. We're all here to help you, or we can, you can always talk to the person that invited you later if you don't want to voice that question. But there's no such thing as stupid questions, because if you've got a question, we've probably all asked it several times, and maybe even, continue to ask different ones. So we're here for you. Anyone?
Pam is talking, I think, but she's mute.
Oh.
Oh, can you hear me now?
There you go. Now we can hear you.
Good. So I have a couple questions. So you guys say it's all natural, but what's in it? What is it?
There's a list of ingredients. So there's 2 different bottles. So bottle 1 is going to be a lot of like your homeopathic type ingredients. That's the part that's for appetite suppression and that type of thing. Your second one is more for energy, mood boosting, a lot of different things. And we've got information on all the ingredients if you want it. Whoever invited you, we'll send it over to you.
I can send it to you, Pam.
Oh, yeah, and you can do both bottles or you can do one. Is that what you
You do
said?
both. They
You
work
do both
together.
together.
Yeah, and they
Um,
come in the box.
Okay, and then I have another question for all you guys that had a lot of success, which is awesome. But did you eat clean before the drops?
Oh, I don't know. I think most people are, well, Rachel's saying yes. Rachel's nodding her head, but I did
You
not.
did eat
I
clean.
was eating poorly
I
before
had
the drop.
started clean eating maybe for most of January. And then on Super Bowl Sunday, I like lived it up. Okay. And then I started the drops the Monday after. So when I say clean eating, I would say I was still having dairy and a lot of things that are not on the approved food list. Even though with other diet plans like keto or something, they might have been approved or seen as healthy.
True.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I noticed that there wasn't dairy on the list.
Dairy is a very bad hormone disruptor. That's why it's not there. So
Yeah, dairy for me is inflammatory. I've noticed if I eat dairy,
Yes.
the
Very much.
inflammation
And dairy
gets worse.
converts into sugar.
yes.
It breaks
Yeah.
down into sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. But yeah,
Good questions, Pam. Anyone else have questions? If so, unmute or raise your hand. We'll try and help you get them. I don't know that we can help you get unmuted.
Yeah.
So how about any of the other hosts? Do you all have any thoughts or comments or anything that we didn't touch on that maybe would be important for our guests to know?
Just one of the slides that I saw was we were making some adjustments. And the products are we do have a medical board, and we do all of our products are tested and medically proven. So they're good, clean, proven products.
Good point.
I do have
I'm checking.
this is Tammy Walden in New Mexico. I do have a question that's asked to me a lot that I thought you ladies might bring up is, do you have to stay on these drops forever? I get that question asked to me every time somebody's going to buy the product.
So Tammy, since you get asked that all the time, how do you answer?
You're going to put me on the spot. I've been trying to
Yep.
put you on the spot, Sandy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, basically I tell them, no. Once your hormones get balanced, which normally takes 90 days or longer sometimes, but most of the time, maybe 90 days, then you can get off the drop and you can just let it go for a while, but learn your lifestyle during that 90 days and stay good to what your eating habits are. And stay away from dairy, like you guys said, and just do the best that you can. And then if later on, because the hormones do, act up every once in a while, it depends on our air and a lot of other things that we have going on in our world, you can get back on them. Say like 2 months down the road or 3 months down the road again, you get back on them and then kind of go back and forth with try the other products, go back and forth with other things. So that's kind of what I tell them.
Yeah, great answer. I think that's exactly what I tell them too is, I mean, if your hormones are balanced, you're feeling great, you've lost the weight, you've, hit your goal or your health goals, you don't have to stay on them. For me, I love the way that I feel, not just because I've kind of hit where I want to be, but, energy wise, I love them. And I don't want to come off of them right now. So I'm not going to. Anyone else have comments on that or anything that before we wrap up?
I had one more question. Sorry, there you
Sure.
guys go. Am I muted again? No, right.
No, you're good.
What about alternatives? You can have like can you have almond dairy and coconut dairy, just not?
Yeah, I drink almond milk in my shake.
You just have to be careful, Pam, with the coconut, because a lot of the coconut stuff has added sugars. So you really have to watch
Oh,
the ingredients list, but you can. There are coconut alternatives out there. You just really, again, have to watch the sugars, as I learned the hard way with even sugar substitutes that can be disruptive as well. So yes, you can use alternatives to dairy. I use almond milk all the time.
mhm.
I'm
Yep.
going to share something because I was pretty disappointed last week. I like quick meals too. Okay. So I grabbed something from Costco. I can't remember the brand, but it's a very popular organic brand. And it was a crumbled chicken, had carrots and stuff in it. And I was going to make lettuce wraps from it. I checked the ingredients not until I went to go cook it. I probably stayed in my fridge for like 3 weeks. It has maltodextrin in it.
Mm.
I threw it away. Another product, you know, those little pretzels that I posted on my stories quite some time ago that Southwest hands out that
Yes.
are highly addictive, has maltodextrin in it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can
A
you
lot
tell
of
eat
everybody
those on
what,
the airplane this time.
can you tell everybody what maltodextrin is in case they don't know what it is?
Oh, sorry. It's a sugar. It's another form of sugar or another name for sugar. And it's horrible for your body. Your body does not know how to process it. I'm not a doctor, but that's what we've learned through this process. And I don't have to be a doctor because we have plenty of doctors that do the work for us. So if you see that, that's it. It's a hidden ingredient.
Mhm.
And
That's
it's horrible.
key.
It's killing us.
It can, yeah, and it slows your progress too. So,
Yeah.
just you learn to, like another one is almond butter. Costco is the only place that I have found almond butter that is made from almonds. It's the only one that only has almonds in it. Everything else has other oils and all this other stuff, added sugars, and it's crazy. You really have to watch the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
very
outside
much
of-
so. It relabels constantly.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
And it's something you learn that is kind of necessary when you start to feel really good and you don't want to go backwards, you know, I guess.
For sure.
So I wrote the slide for the tested and proven just for everybody to see as an example of
Oh yeah.
what our physicians have done behind the scenes that not everybody knows about.
For sure. And Dr. Ray Strand is our chief medical officer. He has, I mean, just a wealth of information because he did have his own practice and now is promoting our products over big pharma type medications. And he's got several books. So if you're interested in learning any more, I mean, those books are, I think, all on Amazon. So you can take a look. But
What's his name?
Dr. Ray Strand.
Oh, Ray Strand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so as someone else mentioned, there has been, you know, over 200 clinical studies and quality tests and all of this type, and they're made in a FDA lab, or they're not FDA approved because they are not a big pharma product, but they are made in the lab and approved there.
And it looks
All
like
right.
you shared the ingredients in the chat if someone wants to take a screenshot of that.
Yeah, and I sent Pam, I sent it to you through
Oh.
Facebook.
Oh,
So you could see it a little better.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Just send me any questions.
right.
Send any of us any questions, whoever invited you, if you come up with any. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night.
Bye.